I would like to state from the onset that this episode is not to encourage divorce, but in a situation whereby things are no longer working between both parties, it is advisable that both parties should seek for divorce. And on today's episode of Your Lawyer's Corner with Mo, we will be looking into a very sensitive topic: matrimonial causes under Nigerian legal system. And to discuss this topic with me is my very own friend and sister, a legal practitioner par excellence, Alabamiji Adeola Esquire. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me here. Lawyer's Corners Mo. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you.
I'm so glad and excited to be here.
To start with, what is marriage?
Okay, so the definition of marriage right now, one really needs to be careful.
Okay.
But then I would like to say that marriage is a universal thing. Like, you know, most times, especially in Lagos here, you hear them, where is the ashrebi? Once a friend of you just announces that, oh yeah, I've received the ring, the next thing is, where is the ashrebi? And most time people don't ask some very, very important questions, right? So having said that, marriage is a universal thing that is being known, and the definition right now, we can't say stricto sensu is what we've always known it to be, because so many things have happened when it comes to marriage. Right now, we have what we call same-sex marriage.
That's not what we are here for.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So, like 36 countries now in the world practicing same-sex marriage.
Wow.
So with that at the back of our mind, that has actually disrupted the general, or will I say the universal definition of what marriage could be, right? However, in Nigeria, we don't practice same-sex marriage. It's even an offense in Nigeria. If you try that under the Same-Sex Prohibition Act, you'll be going for 14 years imprisonment for practicing that.
14 years
imprisonment once you try that. So same-sex is not legal in Nigeria. So if we're going to talk about the definition of marriage in Nigeria, we can safely say that it's a union between a man and a woman. It is a union. It must be a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman, or a man and a man. Never. It must be between a man and a woman.
Thank you so much for that beautiful explanation. So we have types of marriage.
Yes.
And I would like you to elucidate on that. Types of marriage that are legally recognized in Nigeria.
Okay, so we have basically 3 types of marriages, although the what will I call it, some philosophers will tell you it's 2, but I would like to just mention of the 3 that I know or that is valid in Nigeria. Okay. Number 1 is the customary marriage, right? So as the name sounds, customary marriage, the custom and tradition of some set of people. So customary marriage is the marriage whereby the union between a man and a woman, or more than one woman. So it's more like the other name for customary marriage is polygamous marriage, right? It's a man and a woman or several women. However, in Nigeria, we don't practice polyandry. What is polyandry? When a woman decides to marry more than one man.
Wow.
I've never seen that before, though.
But in Nigeria?
No, it's not practiced.
It's happening.
In Nigeria. It's happening. But not in Nigeria.
It's happening in Nigeria already.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh wow! Oh, I've not seen. Oh wow, that's amazing.
It's impressive anyway.
Amazing. But it's not legal because it's not acceptable in our culture. Okay. Probably these people are doing it underneath, not coming out with their full chest like, I'm a one woman marrying like 4 men. If they come out openly, what will happen? Oh, okay. Let's wait till then. But it's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
Yeah, it's not
culturally.
Allowed. Culturally, it's not. Culturally, do you understand? So it could be Mr. A and Miss B, C, D, E, as many as she wants under the customary law. Do you understand? So it is being defined by different cultures different custom. The way Kwara people will conduct their marriage would definitely be different from how Kogi people would conduct.
Yes.
Even in Kogi, there are some local governments that their culture
Differs.
is different. Yes. So there is no or will I say there is no uniform way of conducting a customary marriage because it's quite different from different tribes, different culture, right? So that is it about customary marriage. So the next one is Islamic marriage. As the name sounds as well, this is being conducted by Muslims, those that believe in Islam. This is a marriage according to the Islam, and the roots of the marriage is taken from the Quran. So this is a union between a man and a woman, and not more than 4 women. So according to the Quran, your limit of woman that you can bring in is 4, compared to customary marriage, whereby customary marriage tells you that as many as you can have, go ahead and marry. But the Islam, according to the Quran, it says that the maximum of 4. So that's the difference between the customary marriage and Islamic marriage. Do you understand? Then we have the statutory marriage, which is what people call court wedding. I don't know if you've heard people talk about, well, I want to go for court wedding. Court wedding, that is what we call statutory marriage, right? So this statutory marriage, it's being guided by the Matrimonial Causes Act and the Marriage Act in Nigeria. This is what conducts and modifies the way the marriage is being done and how it's to be carried out. Yes, please. So those are the 3 types of marriage.
Please, can you help us to mention them again, the 3 types? Okay,
we have the customary marriage, we have the Islamic marriage, and we have the statutory marriage, which people call court wedding. So
thank you so much for answering that question very well. Then the second question is, what are the implications of not abiding by the rules of marriage? Okay, so there is a difference between customary marriage and statutory marriage. You know, like I said, customary marriage, you are at liberty to marry as many people as you want. However, in statutory marriage, which is also known as monogamy marriage, right, you cannot marry more than 1 wife at a time. You cannot marry more than 1 wife at a time. So if you have a statutory marriage with Ms. A, you can't conduct a customary marriage with Ms. B. Do you know that there are 2 people now? 2 women. So under the statutory law, you cannot do that. If you try that, you are dealing with 5 years imprisonment. Yes. So the law says that if you are legally married to someone, you know, we said types of legal marriage, the marriage recognized in Nigeria, customary marriage is legally recognized, right? So if you are legally married to someone under the customary law, the law prohibits you from going to marry under the act to another person, except it's that same person. I don't know if you understand now. So let's say, for example, Miss A, you married Miss A under the custom and tradition of the Kogi people. You can go ahead to marry this Miss A under the statutory marriage, whereby you take her to the registry or a licensed place of worship. And that reminds me, I need to talk about that as well. But when we are done with this, we'll talk about the place where statutory marriage needs to be carried out. Yes, because it's very, very important. So like I was saying, the marriage must be between Miss A and Mr. A, both customarily and statutorily. Mr. A must not marry Miss A under customary law and now decide to go and marry Miss B under statutory law. 5 years. Maybe just 5 years. Just 5 years imprisonment. Wow.
If they find out about that, 5 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Deola. Yes. So we have, what are the jurisdiction and when the 2 years rule for filing a divorce petition can be done without? Okay, so before we actually go into the main divorce process, like I mentioned earlier, I would need to talk about the fact that statutory marriage, when you want to conduct it, there is a specific place to conduct that statutory marriage. I know so many people have carried out marriages that have been voided or nullified.
thinking, oh, I did statutory marriage now I want to divorce, let's go to court. But after that, you just discover that what you did is just a mere celebration. It wasn't a statutory marriage. So under the act, the two places you can conduct your marriage is either at the marriage registry. You know, many people know about Ikoyi registry, right? I'm very sure people go every Thursday, day of the week, they see people at the Ikoyi registry. So the registry, there is a marriage registry at your local government and at the federal level. And the second place you can conduct your marriage is a licensed place of worship.
Okay.
License. My emphasis is on that license. They must have the license to actually carry out the marriage. We've seen so many churches whereby they just conduct wedding for people, whereas they are not licensed. So that's a mere church celebration. It's not statutory marriage, because after that they need to give you a certificate, and it is the one that the registry would, the same kind of certificate that the registry would give to you must be the one that the church must hand over to you.